Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for coming in here, man.
Of course. Are we on? We live, bro?
Are we live? Hey, listen.
Do the intro.
Listen, this is an emergency episode of the JAXXON podcast. We brought the one and only Henry Cejudo, one of the most dynamic, one of the most prolific figures the UFC has ever seen. A triple champ. No introduction ever needed, even though we have to give one every time. And we got Rampage Jackson, 25 pounds lighter, ready for war, looking like a model. What's up? Why you get mad when I say that?
Cause I ain't no model, man. I'm an ugly dude, man. I ain't no pretty boy like your boy Luke Rockhold. he be hanging out with Luke Rockhold and shit. That's my replacement whenever I'm busy. He call up, yeah.
When he's in Vietnam or in Japan chasing girls, that's who we got now.
No, I hear you, man. But hey, anyways, man, beautiful place, man. Like you guys have really decked this place out, dude, from top to bottom.
Yeah, we're trying to do it different. We built the recovery and wellness center out here and the sports gym really just for our team to bring the community together. Our UFC athletes, our MMA athletes, guys like Nicky Rod, to skaters like Ryan Sheckler, to now some of our athletes like Austin Eckler in the NFL, OBJ, Cody Bellinger in the MLB. We really wanted a place that can mix the culture, the dynamics of everybody, and give Rampage and myself a good energy. So that's why we have this window. We can roll it up and watch everybody work out while we do these shoots.
Putting a ring in there, so I'm gonna do my training camp for my fight.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
So you put in a ring and a cage?
A ring, a cage, and mats. 30 feet of mats.
A cage? You putting a cage in there too?
Yeah, half cage, just so we could work on a little wall ride over there.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. This is, for sure.
Do you have your own gym in AZ?
No. I train at Fight Ready. It's up in North Scottsdale, but man, I have no interest in gyms, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to run your own gym?
Yeah.
You know how much egos you got to do?
Oh my God, it's the worst thing. I did it by mistake. My friend that started me to fighting, anything he asked me for, I gave it to him. I gave whatever he wanted, I gave it to him. He wanted to do a gym. I said, all right, go ahead. He wanted to put my name on it. I said, I didn't want to do that, but he wanted to do it. I said, all right, fuck it, whatever you want. Then he ran off to Thailand with one of the members, ran off with a bunch of money. I got stuck with the gym.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, then the UFC came and shut my gym down. We had a gym out there, and they came in the middle of me and another guy and took his members and took my members and shut my gym. I just walked away. I was like, fuck it. That's why I hated the UFC gyms. I hated it.
Yeah, no, I have no interest in ever kind of having my own gym. I have a gym at my house, a little small studio / gym, recovery room, but other than that, I don't think I'll ever deal in that business.
Yeah, I saw you like doing like a new show or something. It was at your house when you in the ice bath or something with that?
Yeah, man. Scout Flicks and Chill, man. We got to get you on.
That's not an ice bath though, is it?
No, it is.
Oh, fuck that then.
It is. So it's a pretty cool concept, man. So we so our first episode, we had Calvin Castellum on there.
Yeah.
And what we do is, we start off kind of drinking, a little bit of smoking.
Yeah.
And then we go out there and we just kind of watch his recent last fight, which he ended up losing. So we ended up like talking about it and whatnot. Then we take it to the wrestling room, which is all in the same spot. Right. And then from there, we just, we take it to then we take it to the cold plunge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool, man.
It's pretty
different.
Cool. Did you check it out yet?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man. It was very entertaining. I saw you drinking the tequila.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. What's it, tequila?
Yeah, tequila.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
He be killing it. I talked to him a lot leading up to this, and he's really about the media and the fight game and fighting. And I know a lot of media, I don't think they give you enough credit. A lot of fighters, they think that you just come back for the glory or come back for the payday, but this guy loves fighting. He loves media. He loves what he does. And you could see that when we were getting ready to book him for this. So definitely wanted to give you your flowers on that. I feel like a lot of times people, they get the bad rep from people just because everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, Rampage, as you know, it's business.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think if anybody kind of started very well in the beginning, it was this man right here. Oh, yeah. Like, dude, think about it. When Rampage would walk out, he would literally pause for those few seconds to be able to do that. I mean, you're talking about somebody that's kind of taking their, I don't want to say, taking their persona and then kind of delivering it to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Which obviously as a fighter, you know what you go through, nerves. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen. You can get knocked out. But
it's part of the show.
It's part of the show, and I think it's the showbiz, and that's the way I see it now.
Yeah,
100%. You still howl? You still know how to howl?
Yeah. You know what the problem is? When I gained a lot of weight and stuff, and my health deteriorated and stuff like that, I kind of got away from howling. Something that people don't know about me. I howl in the shower when I'm by myself. Nobody's there with me. I howl when there's an echo. If I go in the parking. when I go in the parking lot structure or something, there's an echo. I'll howl. You know, I always been.
You just like unleashing that energy.
Yeah, it gives me strength. But you know, when I gain weight and it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So I haven't howled for years, but then now I'm starting back howling again. I'm losing my weight back. I'm getting back into it. I'm turning into the wolf again.
Let's get some of that mojo back.
Let's hear it one time.
No, it's like telling me to howl is like telling somebody, hey, laugh.
Oh, so when can it come out? Can it come out on this pod maybe?
No, it's an emotion. Only time normally the only time when I howl, when I'm in a really good mood.
Okay.
After I knock somebody out, or when I just hit a girl doggy style and I just busted on her back.
Damn.
You see that?
Woo!
Can you imagine Rampage busting on a girl's back howling? And then, that's a sight to see.
You ought to see their face when they first time. When first they go, what? They look back the first time, they think they just smashed a werewolf.
That's a meme I want to see. Jesus. Listen, I want to dive right into this, Henry, off the break, because we talked to the JAXXON podcast community on our Discord. We asked a lot of questions this time, and we're trying to involve our community a little bit on what they want to hear from. One of the most requested questions I got was, what's the beef with Brandon Moreno? Is it beef? Is it real? What's the deal there? What's up? What?
Man, why you go? Because
he's got, it's fight week. We gonna go right into this. This guy is a trained killer. He ain't worried about a question.
Yeah,
Come on.
Well, me and Brandon Brunner, we used to be boys, man, back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about 2016, 2015. We started training together. So he would come down from TJ to train with me because he wanted to train with me. He wanted to get the best kind of training partners that he could. So he'd come down to fight ready. He would stay with me at my place. Help me do my camp, like even to the point where he had even brought his family. I had even brought his family over. You know, it was like, man, this dude's like, he's sacrificing obviously for me. You know, he's training, he's like, he's away from his kid or whatnot. So then I asked him, like, hey man, bring your family over, man. You know, this is my house. You know what I'm saying? My house at that time was a fighter house. And, ended up losing to Demetrius the first time. He helped me for that camp. Ended up getting knocked out. And then the whole Ultimate Fighter show was kind of coming about. And it was, for the flyweight division. And they happened to pick me and Joseph Benavidez. So when they picked me and Joseph Benavidez, one of the things that I want is like, I want to make sure that if I become a coach, that I get this training partner in by the name of Brandon Moreno. It's part of kind of like my deal is like, hey man, I'll do it, man. Can you get this dude in? He has a bout in WFF. So they had at this time, they're getting the 16 best fighters in the world from all over the world, from South Africa, from Australia, from the US, from Mexico. And they're bringing them together to see who is it that could challenge Demetrius Johnson. Because at this point, Demetrius Johnson was freaking taking everybody's neck out, including mine. And so anyhow, I ended up getting Brandon Moreno on the show. Ended up doing that whole nine. And, we ended up talking as a team because, obviously Brandon Moreno was like pretty much the last person to be, included into the 16-man bracket. And, and the way that the show was getting, the way that the two coaches were there and whoever flipped the coin was the first person that was able to choose. So let's say if I choose number 1, number 16 goes to the other side of the team. You see what I'm saying? And I think at that time when I was there with my team, is we didn't want to pick Brandon first because nobody knew who he was. Like we knew the talent that he had, but we didn't want to waste it because at the end of the day, we did want to win, the overall team race. So what happened is Joseph Benavidez chose first and he picked Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott, I want to say he was 2. So then number 15 came on my side. So then again, it's funny because I ended up picking Pantoja, who is our current champ right now. And then pretty much number 16 happened to be Brandon Moreno. So he went to that opposite side. So it just so happened to be like the way kind of like the numbers went. So I was already kind of like, I was a bit bothered by myself. Like I was kind of like, man, like it just sucks the way they kind of things kind of somewhat went about. Mm-hmm. But when that went about, I remember after the show, because at that time, after Brandon wasn't on my team, it just made everything just shitty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I brought this dude on, like, he stayed with me. He's, you know what I mean? Like we fucking bonded like every day together for months.
Yeah.
And after the show, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, you know what, Henry? I came up with, I developed a really good relationship with Benavidez. He's like, and obviously you're my friend, dude. And I just want to let you know, man, that I'm just not going to be in any of your guys' corner. I'm not going to help neither one of you guys for this next fight because you guys are going to fight in December. And I'm just like, that's cool, man. Like, dude, I get it, man. Especially after that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of kicking myself in the ass. But sure enough, man, a few months later, I'm in fight camp. This motherfucker's out in Colorado with this dude. You know what I'm saying?
He was there with him?
He was out there with him, pretty much helping him train to beat me.
And yeah.
Over a little mistake of me trying to pick him. The key was to pick him second. You know what I'm saying? The key was to pick this dude second.
Your boy. You should have picked him first. Your boy. But Bear started a rumor that you knocked him out in sparring. That's where the whole beef came. That's the rumor. That's what he was trying to start a rumor.
Yeah, but it's about winning, Rampage. Like, it's not.
He's not even denying it.
But it's no. I would beat him up, dude.
You knocked him
I'm
out.
about to say Brandon's always been good.
He's a great
like
fighter. He's
always been good. Like, it's not like, oh, he just looks are deceiving.
But why you didn't pick him first? I'm just asking a hard question. I'm trying to be like Ariel Kawani.
Because of the rankings, because the way that things were ranked, dude. Nobody knew who this dude was.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to hold him back to be able to lock him out and lock in a top seed.
Makes sense.
Well, so happened to be, I ended up picking our current world champ now, Pantoja.
Yeah.
And then Brandon went on that other side.
Makes sense.
All right, so clear up the rumor right now. You didn't knock him out in sparring.
No.
Blink 2 times if you knocked him out by mistake.
That's Woodley.
So that's kind of how that whole thing started.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So he called you out on Instagram though. Did you ever give thought to that fight?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm a businessman. I would.
You stand on business. Jeez.
I would love to fight him, but for me, I'm after the belt, man.
Yeah.
I don't have any, like, it ain't no ill will like that. Like, to him, maybe. Like, to me, it's just business, dude. You know what I'm saying? So then check this out. So then he ended up pulling that on me, and I get you, Rampage, because you're right. And maybe I should have just listened to my emotions, but since I listened to the team, I ended up picking. We were gonna pick that dude second, but we never had that opportunity.
Yeah.
So I will admit that.
Did you explain it to him?
I did. I straight up.
Are you guys cool now?
No. So then check this out. So then 2016, after I get done, losing to Benavidez, which he said after the fight, he's like, I think he felt bad too, man. Like, it was just a lot of drama, dude. Cause he's just like, hey man, you won that fight. And his wife even sent me a message. She's like, hey man, Brandon's not doing well, especially after, everything that happened. And I was just like, whatever. But for me in my heart, I'm just like, no, he's like a little brother to me at that time. I says, I want to beat up my little brother. So then I wanted to fight him. So then this was at the 2016 UFC retreat. So then I saw him. I'm just like, hey man, let's fight, dude. Like, the UFC were trying to make me and him fight. And this is when I dropped it. I'm just like, I just let it go, dude. Because I really did want to beat him up, dude. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I get, like, if you understand my fucking scenario, you understand why I was going to pick you second, but that shit just didn't align that way. But then once he said that, once he told me in Spanish, I'm just like, I just let it go, dude.
What did he say in Spanish?
He said, he's like, Henry, he's like, te quiero mucho para pelear contigo. It's like, I like you too much to fight with you. It's like, I got too much love for you to fight with you. And I just did this with my chest. And I just shook his hand and I just fucking never bugged him again.
Did you cry a little bit?
Maybe. Yeah. And I just left it like that. You know what I'm saying? He ended up fighting Sergio Pettis.
Honorable.
He ended up fighting Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis ended up beating him. And then the next fight after that, I ended up fighting Sergio Pettis. I ended up beating him. And then he ends up getting cut by the UFC. And I ended up becoming a two division champ.
Who got cut by the UFC?
Moreno.
When?
He got cut
When?
after that loss, and then he had to come back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the whole gist of it. That's the actual story. And I think
it makes sense.
I'd be surprised if he said that was not it.
Yeah.
That's 100% it.
He's a good kid though. I like him.
Yeah, no, of course. But sometimes you got to settle it. And if we can settle it this way, like I'd be all about it because I wanted to since the beginning. Yeah. I'm like, no, man, like it's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come from that heritage. Like, no, motherfucker, you cross me, like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? As I still had that, you know, I still had love for him too. So I understood when he told me that. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Maybe I got to let my ego go.
But listen,
you know what I'm saying?
But hear me out on this. What if we do it like Rocky and Apollo Creed, they did it in the gym. Nobody there. You know what I'm saying? We set up here, we get in the cage in the ring here. You guys just come here and y'all just.
I got kids, man. I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on business.
You got to make money off it.
So that's kind of, so apparently I'm the Judas, I'm X, Y, and Z.
It all makes sense.
I don't take any of that shit personal. Fake Mexican, whatever you want to call me. You know,
you was called that?
Oh, I was called everything under the sun.
What makes it
so then check this out, because the story doesn't finish there. So then I'm in Phoenix, and I knew he was going to beat Davis in that fight. I'm like, no, I was like, who you betting on? Brad's going to fucking become champion, dude. I've known this dude for a minute. You know, at this time, I had to relinquish my belts. Davison ended up winning it. Davison ends up losing to Brandon Moreno in Phoenix, in my home city. And then next you know it, I see this dude, I'm at a restaurant, and I see Davison Figueiredo coming in, like walking up. And I see him, and I'm just like, hey, Davison, I can help you beat this dude. I really can. I said, if you trust me, if you have faith in me, I can show you how to beat this dude. And sure enough, dude, he shook my hand. We talked a little bit about it. I said, hey, this is why you lost X, Y, and Z. I says, come out to me for 3 months. And I guarantee we'll get this victory. Left his family, left everything behind. 6 months later, this dude retained his freaking UFC flyweight title of the world. So then that's kind of where that whole, because at that time, he was no longer my friend. You know what I'm saying?
You did that?
Yeah.
You did that?
I did that, Rampage.
Wow, full circle.
I did that,
He's
full circle.
business.
So it's about the business, man. You cross me, then you cross me, then I'm just gonna cross you however the fuck I can.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a different world out here.
Remind me not to get on his bad side. You're gonna go train
It's a triple champ, don't play.
He don't play.
Come on now.
Dang, he went and trained him over for 3 months. To get his get back.
Stuck to the game plan. Ends up going back to Brazil, think he could do the same thing without people holding him accountable when he didn't train with us. Ends up losing. You know what I'm saying? Dude, when you have a good team and people holding you accountable, shit does change.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of training, we saw a video and it looks like you're firing your coach on UFC live TV. Is that true? Or was that just played out for TV, or is that real?
You guys stay tuned and watch. Keep sipping on that Kool-Aid.
Did you really fire him live on TV?
Keep sipping on that Kool-Aid.
He's not answering no questions, man. He's standing on business. Have you seen it? He's standing on business.
We watched you just tell him, like, yo, this is why this coach is amazing. He helped me become a world champion, but we no longer need your services. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. I'm not saying anything we didn't see. I mean, it's on TV.
No. Captain will forever be Captain's my best man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No.
That was just for fun?
Maybe.
Maybe. Poor guy, dude. Why you got to do it to him like that? Because then I saw these videos, these memes of those frames with the white frames, and it's like, damn, I should have got just regular frames. And it's like the guy obviously helped you get belts. The guy's obviously an amazing coach.
Of course.
So to fire him on TV, I thought that had to be fake. There's no way. I go, you can't play him like that. I go, that is just so sad. How you going to do your coach like that?
Hey, people love drama, dude.
God.
And that's what we're here
so
to
when you
sell,
hire him back on TV to give the guy his love back?
If he don't hang himself.
Yeah, I know. That's horrible.
Yeah. That's horrible.
No, Captain Eric, he's the closest dude to me. He really is like a brother. And, you know, we're good.
Where did you meet him at?
I met him in Colorado Springs, man, at the Olympic Training Center.
Yeah.
So he helped me get my first girlfriend.
Jesus.
Whoa,
don't fast forward on that.
Fast forward on that one, yeah.
Dude, I was a freaking kid. I was in high school, man. You know, lost my virginity because of him.
Was he there when you lost your virginity?
Yeah, with who?
He was teaching me, dude. I had no idea like the pute was that close to the ass.
Was he there putting it in?
I was a kid, man. Fuck.
Yeah, was he there?
He was giving me step by steps, but you know, it's a bond. It's a bond that will never be broken within us. You know what I'm saying? Like
nice.
he's a best man to me. And
makes me feel better because I really like him. So I felt bad when I watched it. I go, damn, there's no way Henry's doing my man's like that. Listen, you went on a 3 year.
I'm getting all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But I love
it. Yo, it's fight weekend. He's ready for war. Yeah. That's all I know. Listen, off the break, 3 years off. You go toe to toe, Aljo. You lose by split decision. It was very close. Can you break down that fight? We saw a lot of back and forth with media and you and different people. And, then Aljo obviously.
Why you bring up his loss though?
Bro, we want to know. I want to know because it was a great fight.
I hate when I'm doing interviews and they bring up any of my losses.
You're just very emotional about Vanderlei, but everybody else could talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think, it's not just one thing, but it's a complexity of things, It has been, it was a few years and I could have cut my weight a little bit different, And sometimes if you're not careful, you could leave the fight, even though I made the weight easy, you can leave the fight on the scale rather than with the actual fight. And that's one thing that I do regret. I typically like to really pull the water out. And I made weight super easy, man. I did about an hour. I did about 9 to 10 pounds in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
But in plastics in the hot fucking room at the hotel. It's just the stupidest shit ever.
That's hard.
To the point where I felt it yesterday. And I'm a twitchy fighter. Like I'm a guy that likes to fake. I'm a guy that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm twitchy. And I felt it the next day in my body. And I fought my best. I fought the best that I could while feeling some of that fatigue from the day before, man. And I'm kicking myself in the ass a little bit. But these are just mistakes that you make. I'll take the L. I deserve the L. I believe if you can't win decisively, then you deserve to lose. So it's hard for me to say, oh, yeah, I won that fight. When you get a really close fight, okay, what did you win? You landed one more kick, one more punch. Like, you got to win decisively. And I think, one, I hate losing, but two, I also got to accept it. And then now, write that wrong into a right. And I personally love the fact that I'm fighting Merab now because I'm going to see Aljamain in the corner. And I think it's going to be really good for us to, for me to, to go out there and just the road to redemption.
Aljamain going to be in his corner, your opponent's corner?
Yeah.
Aljo's his training partner. And they're like
are
best friends.
Are they training partner, best friend?
Yeah. Now that you've been able to study both Aljo and Merab, who do you think is the better of the two?
I think they're different. I think Merab brings a little more volume. I think he's got a little better cage work than Aljo, but Aljo's just funkier.
Funk master.
Like he really is. Like his movements were a little different. There's a lot of things that I could have done different too in that fight too. Like I could have just spun behind him. Could have maybe ground and pounded. Like I wanted to keep it on my feet so much. I was kind of. It's just a lot. It's just a lot that I could have done. Could have, should have, would have, but I didn't. But I got to do a better job of adjusting next time.
When I was fighting and Pride had to fight the two brothers Ninja and Shogun, and I felt like and Vanderlei, they all train together, and I was like they kind of like have an advantage over me because they can they can tell each other like
because you fought them do
you think about that at all? It really wasn't an advantage at the end of the day. But I've kind of thought that at the first that they had an advantage.
Yeah, but I think the ability that I have, dude, I have the ability to adapt, dude. Like I have the ability to just change, to fight somebody different. I'm gonna pull the wrestling out too, which I could have pulled that out a little bit more with Aljo, but I was just so stuck on the game plan of, all right, man, he's, what I'm saying, make him work, let him let him throw. But I think making those adjustments are crucial, and I know the mistakes that I made. They're pretty minor. But that's where the fight's at. Focusing on those small little details that it's before the jab, before that right hand. You know what I'm saying? Can I stay in position the whole fucking time?
Yeah. Yeah. When I was kicking it with you and Frank, that's when I learned more about you. And it's a reason why you the triple champ, because I see how you break down fights. You know a lot about it. And it makes me think about myself like, damn, how come I'm not like that? How come I don't look into the fights and can tell and break people down? I'm not that type of person. But I noticed you and Frank, y'all very knowledgeable and stuff about fighting.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah, no, I gained a chance to meet Frank Mir too. Like we were almost kind of seeing eye to eye. He was like, "Fuck!" I showed him a little whole thing on how to kind of peak for a fight and things like that. He's like, "If I can grab that paper, I'm gonna show this to my daughter." But if you're able to break down or beat a guy like freaking Demetrius Johnson, that just, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like you gotta have it up here, man. 'Cause you can't beat a guy like that or TJ or Dominic Cruz without really not understanding. Because at our weight classes, speed, technique, like all that stuff is different. So we can't just rely on that, crazy right hand or crazy left hook. Like You might have to go 5 rounds with these dudes, and how can you break them down? How can you beat them?
Yeah, but I assumed that maybe your coach did that, but you broke it down yourself, right? You know.
Well, you do it as a team, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that's fighting, so I'm the one that's going to be out there, and I'm the controller.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about moving to 145, going for 3 belts?
I do, man. That's still my goal, dude. Like to
That's
me,
your goal?
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, like this is like the 35 bout is cool. I already have that, man. You know, I'm a conqueror, dude. I wanna. Like this is why, guys. Like this is all or nothing for me. You know, and I'm putting that timeline. I'm putting that timeline on me to motivate me. Because at the end of the day, how's it that I want to leave? The first time that I left with 2 fucking belts. Nice. A gold medal, just bragging, bye, flipping everybody off, doing the whole night, just laughing myself to the bank. And it's special, man. I can understand why a guy like Khabib will never come back to the sport of mixed martial arts. Because he gets it, man. He's like, you know what? I want to leave unblemished, even if you don't consider him one of the greatest of all time. Because the reality is he isn't.
Hey, I got to ask you a question.
Wait,
about
he
that.
isn't.
He isn't because three title defenses.
Yeah, he didn't put enough time in.
Three title defenses, never went up to a weight class. No, he's. You could say this: Khabib is probably the most dominant fighter of all time, but he ain't the greatest of all time.
No, let me ask you this question. I just got. I can't say a whole lot, but I just got this confirmation today. He was offered $50 million to come back, and he said no because of the promise he made to his dad. Now, between me and you, and everybody else watching. If you made a promise to your father and, you know, R.I.P.
I'd be like, Dad, sorry.
I'm like, you understand?
Give me those 50 M's. Give them to me.
Bro, it's confirmation. He passed up on $50 million.
But is it because he doesn't want to fight without his dad there, or because the promise that he would never fight without his dad?
At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. If somebody offers me $50 million, I don't give a fuck what I told my dad. He could be in heaven like, Dad, I'm sorry, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go buy you a brand new golden headstone.
Yeah. Getting to know Khabib, like these guys, like they mean what they say. Like if they consider you a brother,
there's respect.
They'll never fight you, dude. Even if it's for a world title, he'll never fight Islam. Islam will never fight him.
That's crazy.
You got to respect. I got to respect him for that,
It's
though.
different, dude. Yeah, it's a different brother. Like for me, dude, like I'll fight anybody. Like I'll fight anybody. Training partners. If I had to fight my brother to be the best in the world, like I'll do it.
Yeah,
to those guys, it's
this is what you guys don't know. I don't know. You guys don't know. I've done movies. I've been around the circles just a little bit. Some people would do some strange things for $50 million. Some strange things. Some people would. Not me. I don't love money like that. Money's not my God. But a lot of people. You've seen them on TV, rapping, music. They will do a lot of strange things for $50 million. And he just turned it down because he made dad a promise. Like, you got to respect somebody like that.
Yeah, I saw a video with him and Zlatan Ibrahimovic at a soccer game in the UK, I think. And he was just telling him basically like, why can't they just leave me alone? I'm not going to be at UFC 300. I'm not going to be at UFC 400. I want to live in peace. And it's like, you could see a guy like that, like you said, regardless of wanting to ever come back and prove anybody wrong or right. It's like for him, I left unblemished. I'm never going to give you guys that on me because forever you guys have to debate about me being the greatest, you know, for him. So I feel like it's a cool move.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that stuff too depends on the goal that they actually have.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like I was watching a thing. I love to study success and the complexity. I love studying like the elite of the elite. And I was just, you know, sometimes I would just research Usain Bolt. And they had asked him a question. They said, Usain Bolt, like, why did you retire, man? Like, you're still kind of, you know, considered fairly young. And Usain Bolt said, you know what? I was talking to Michael Johnson. Now, Michael Johnson is a 96, 2000 Olympic champion track and field. And I asked him the exact same question. He said, Michael Johnson said that the reason why he retired because that was just his goal. He's like, and Usain Bolt was like, after winning the 3 gold medal, which was my goal, I didn't have any more motivation to come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even for me, like the first time that I retired, I'm just like, man, it's like I truly meant it. Like if I had Khabib money, I don't think I'd ever come back. Like I wouldn't.
You think he made a whole lot of money?
Who's that?
Khabib.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. But you understand what I'm saying? Like it's a different way of, it's just a different way of a competitor where you're okay to say goodbye. And like later, I don't care if I'm 26.
Yeah, you come to peace with your goal, your vision, and then the passion's gone. It's like, why do it? Michael was an amazing runner. He also ran with a solid gold Cuban link chain on in the Olympics, and he made chains really influential in the sport world. A lot of people don't give him credit, but he was kind of a really cool pioneer of that style. Michael Johnson in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he was nasty at running, and he used to run with one of these chains like the gold Cuban you're wearing. One thing I want to know, in 2018, when you beat Mighty Mouse, obviously Mighty Mouse is considered the top 3 greatest athlete of all time in mixed martial arts. Goes to 1, wins whatever, does it in the UFC. You came in after the 2016 fight and you beat him. You finally beat him, and you take it and you do what needs to be done. What was different in your camp? What was different in your mindset? Because a lot of people don't really get to know what's going through your head, because that's a long gap to fight someone that you already lost to.
Yeah. I'll call it the 5 senses. So it's called attack, counterattack, anticipate, feel, and take risk. These are like the 5 senses as you fight, like, and they're all different gifts. I'm gonna explain to you guys the first time why I lost to him, and how is it that I was playing fire with fire, and the second time, how is it that I ended up kind of edging out the win slightly. Is with these gifts, if the opponent has a better gift than you, like let's say attack. Who is attack? Let's describe an attacker, Manny Pacquiao. Someone that just has that ability to but it's a gift that he has. Counterattack. Who's counterattack? Can you guys think of somebody? Juan Manuel Marquez, the Mexican boxer, right? He's a counterpartner to what Manny brings, right? Same reason why he got knocked out. Anticipate. What is anticipate? Anticipate, a lot of Russians are like that. You do this with your shoulder, you shimmy it, you don't have to throw it. Boom, they have the ability of anticipation. They can read the body very, very well. My brother Angel was like that very well in wrestling, where you would do this or you would do this, and boom, he's already shooting to the outside. There's a certain gift of anticipation. Feel. This is where guys like John Jones, guys like myself, guys that are better winners than they are either fighters or wrestlers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you understand the feel of competition. Like, you understand if you're up, there's an honesty to you. You understand if you're up or you're down, or feel could also be physical. Yeah. But you just know the fucking game. Like, you know how to win. Like, you're a better winner than you are an actual fighter. And then the most important one, but also yet the most lethal one, is taking risk taking. Who are guys like that? Mike Tyson. Yeah. Vitor Belfort. Francis Ngannou. Because why are they risk takers? Because there's a lot of power being thrown. You throw a lot of power, what happens? You deplenish, you know what I mean? Like, your gas tank starts to go down, so you have a better probability of beating these dudes as the fight goes on. But because they go hard so early, they could also put you out. So you live by the sword, so you die by the sword. So attack, counterattack, anticipate, feel, and take risk. The first time that I fought Demetrius Johnson gift is attack. He's offensive. He doesn't have crazy power, but he's offensive. The other thing too is his other gift is counterattack. The first time I fought this dude, I was trying to attack the guy who was a better attacker than me. And then I was trying to counter the guy who was a better counter attacker than myself. So then I go back that second time around. I start to look at my 5 senses. How do I beat Demetrius Johnson? I got to go back to how is it that I won the Olympics? I took risk, but I took risk through feel, understanding the space, understanding, like, let's say somebody gets to my leg, they're getting ready to take me down. This is feel. There's a little bit of malice to it too. The dude's getting ready to pitch me for 4 points, 3 points. The points are going to go his. We're right out of bounds. I'm going to do whatever I can to throw, yell, come up and throw the 3. You know what I'm saying? To get that edge so these judges know, or these referees know that, hey, I initiated it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I fought Demetrius Johnson, that second time around, I knew that I couldn't react to him, to a lot of stuff that he's doing, because he's everywhere, dude. Like, the speed that he has is ridiculous, dude. But I just couldn't react. If he hits me, he hits me. Like, I'm not going to flinch. I'm not going to do any of that. So you see me here the whole damn time. I'm just kind of like waiting for him. But I also understood that I had to steal rounds from him. He won the first. He really, and I talked to him about it. He really could have stopped me that first round again. He hit me right on the peroneal nerve. The first 30 seconds of the fight, boom, my leg like a sprained ankle, dude. I had a fight to do with a sprained ankle, dude. A severe sprained ankle. Second round comes about. The fight's going X, Y, and Z. I start to notice like the time's starting to change. Okay, this is the time to take this dude down. Boom, take him down. Kept him down for I think a good 2 minutes. And then as he's starting to get up, I ended up body locking him. And I started just kneeing his shoulder, just making myself look active. Round 2 was mine. Round 3 comes about. I want to say Demetrius Johnson won that. You know, he won it first. Because I already knew this dude's up 2-1. Round 4 comes about. This is where I had to do the same thing. I started the whole inside trip. The same position that he beat me in. I had to take the fight there again. So, hey, I caught you once before. I'm going to catch you again. Inside tripped him, controlled him. Just didn't necessarily like hurt him, but did enough to what? To steal that round again. That was 4. And then once it came down to round 5, and I told DJ, because we watched it together. It's pretty cool for you guys to watch.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We got to check that out.
The round 5 came about. I was like, you know why you lost Demetrius Johnson? It's one, because you just went backwards. You went backwards, and I did inside trip you a couple of times, but I never held you down. But the fact that you went down to your back, you ended up getting back up. But I says what really lost you the fight was that towards the very end, and you'll notice the crowd's kind of like, you know, roaring a little bit. Demetrius Johnson continued to keep going backwards. I fucking bumped my fist like, come on, like bring the fight. I do this. Demetrius Johnson's throwing. He ends up touching the cage. Right there, he showed passivity. Boom, I knew that 5th round was mine. So that's how. So I outcompeted Demetrius Johnson. I ain't beat his ass.
Wow.
I just outwitted Demetrius Johnson. And that goes back to the 5 senses. That goes back to feel. You understanding the game better of how is it that you're actually going to win in order, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to actually do it.
Are you in there thinking while you fighting? Are you really in there thinking and analyzing? I'm winning this round. Is that? Are you really in there like, you know, like
for real?
Because when I fight, man, I'm not the same person. Like I don't know. I go back to my corner. I'm like, hey, did I win that round? Did I lose that round? I'm reacting and stuff like that. I know we're different fighters, but you really in there analyzing and doing all this as you're fighting.
I don't overanalyze. If I feel like if I feel like the round is iffy, I lost the round. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want you to also think that I'm not like a crazy. I'm a thinker in the points where I can break down simplicity and I just keep it simple. It's not like I'm like, oh, wait, he did this and I did this. Like I'm not a nerd, dude.
You sound like a fucking nerd.
I mean, the way you break down fighting is amazing. It's so analytical, and it's crazy to see a fighter who can brawl and be so disciplined in so many forms of mixed martial arts and have this much knowledge of the game while you're fighting. That seems crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually getting jealous. I need to now that we're doing the podcast and I'm turning back into more of a MMA fan again. I need to start doing it and getting more like into it like that and breaking stuff down. Because, you know, I'm the type of person, I couldn't, like when I retire, I can't be a coach. Would you ever coach people when you get done?
Teach.
You teach.
I like to teach, man. I like to teach or be a counselor. Like the shit's on you. I think this is why I get guys like John Jones, like the people who have come to work with me full, like John Jones has come out to work with me on 6 different occasions, which he's never left Albuquerque. Demetrius Johnson, Zhang Wei Li, Chris Cyborg.
How come we don't know about this? How come?
Yeah, what do you mean John Jones goes to work with you?
Yeah, no, he's come down to Arizona.
I saw videos, but I thought that was for a video shoot.
I thought y'all was going out drinking and hanging out with, you know.
Well, that we want to keep it PG-13, baby.
We can edit out anything.
But what I'm trying to say is like it's not like I'm just it's not fluffed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I tell John the same thing. It's you know, but that also lets you know why.
You a menace. You a menace. No, hey. So
when I think of John Jones, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's.
I love John Jones. I'm just saying.
I think John. Yeah, we're trying to get him on here soon.
But you know what? Then I didn't know you did that. Is that a service that you charge for or something like that?
No. I just get content, man. I just get content.
Oh, so it wasn't for a fight that you had John Jones there. It's for a shoot.
No. I think John started seeing a lot of like my, you know, how I analyze and I break down fights. And I think I talked about John, and then John like reached out to me. Same thing with Demetrius.
Can you do that for boxing as well?
Yeah, because it all goes back to position. And then it all goes back to how is it that you can study demeanor? You know what I'm saying? Like there's things
distance
that Shannon, because obviously you're a mixed martial artist. This dude's a boxer. You cannot box the fucking boxer.
Right.
And you're probably more likely to have to go for broke. But how's that you're going to set up that taking risk part? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I mean, Shannon has fought in Klitschko. He has fought in freaking a lot of these guys.
We need him in the camp, please.
So, can
we bring you in here for his camp?
Well, I could just have him do the whiteboard thing and teach me some stuff, break it down. I don't want to take.
We're not doing a whiteboard with you. I need him in the ring with you.
We don't want to take a whole lot of this. This is the triple champ. You know this.
Yes, but you're fighting Shannon Briggs. We need all the help we could get.
He don't have that much faith.
No, I do, but he decided for his first boxing fight to go after one of the biggest heavyweights he could find. Right? Like, I don't know if that's really ideal.
He called me out.
Dude, what do you think?
But you know what, dude? I have hope because Francis Ngannou almost became heavyweight champion.
We still believe in you. We still believe in you.
He don't believe in me.
Yes, I do. I just want you to have a good camp, and all you want to do is go to Vietnam every weekend.
I think the biggest thing is you've always had good defense because your hands have always been here, pretty composed. They're going to attack your body.
Yeah, he already said something
and
about that.
You're going to have to really protect that side, man. You have to really angle off on this dude. So you have to play the movement game with this dude. You know, and then pressure and then use your clinch. Yeah, that's the way I think that's the way you can be able to kind of stall him out a little bit.
Yeah, I was worried about that a little bit, but then I thought he's so tall, so much taller, it would be hard for him to come down and reach my body. His body's closer to me. But
how tall is he?
He's like
6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, like 6'5". And I'm 6'1".
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So maybe you go to the body.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
I would just go straight to the body though. Because these dudes, any little movement with a boxer who has been boxing forever, their timing is different. Their timing is completely different, dude. I used to box like I used to fight these amateur dudes. I'm just like, fuck, dude. It's like they'll triple jab you before you get your one jab in. Like I'm talking about like guys at that high level of amateur boxing that are trying to make Olympic teams. It's the speed and the countering and all that is just different.
Yeah, I don't think
we have to respect that.
Yeah.
But the power, and especially at your heavyweight,
it
does change everything.
Yeah.
And you do have amazing power, so that's good. I just want to see you focus. That's all. We're in your corner.
I was just like from saying he's like my brother and stuff, and we've been working together, and he's the best co-host I ever had. I just wish he brought that same energy to believing in me in this boxing fight.
Can you tell him there's a difference between believing in someone and being realistic? He can't go through camp not sparring. He hasn't sparred yet.
My camps are April 1st.
He said, huh?
Well, it's not a bad thing as long as you're probably more likely like drilling and fatiguing your body. Because you know what happens sometimes if you do spar too much, you don't learn and you just want to compete all the damn time.
But this is the thing, I haven't fought in 4 years, so I got to get that
ring rust.
I got to get that ring rust out.
Same shit with me. If I can tell you, extend your camp needs to be longer, Rampage. If there's one thing.
My camp.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I could take back while fighting Aljo, I probably should have done a 3-month camp rather than 2. Because there is a lot of them just like, fuck, looking back at the fight now. But despite the weight cut, like you need more of those rounds. You need more of those simulations. I think that's just key.
I think I probably spar 4 times a week instead of 3. I'll probably pick up one on the Saturday.
Tell Coach Bobby to fly in a month earlier.
But if I could say something is like, you know what's going to make you better? Play sparring. Feel sparring. But you got to get that exact same body and that exact same look. You know what I'm saying? Because then your time is going to get better. You're not going to beat up your body. And then you bring in a separate person that can mimic Shannon Briggs and you just hold them out for Saturday. Whenever it is that you're actually going to fight him. But the rest should all be kind of like learning. Boom. That one time on that Saturday, okay, man, we're going to simulate the fight. We're going to get you coming out. You're going to warm up the way you're going to warm up. You're going to eat what you're going to eat right before you can come out to walk out music. Have a referee. Have a little crowd in there. Because the more you feel that pressure, Rampage, the more comfortable you're gonna feel when it actually comes to fight day.
Hey, you know what?
That's
I like that.
Wow.
My after this boxing match, I think my last MMA fight was gonna be against Titties from Tough. What?
I remember that.
What's so fun? What's so funny about me fighting?
No,
Titties?
I think it's fucking funny.
That's funny.
But
I think it's funny because I remember that from that Tough show. You would call him that, dude.
Yeah. What if I?
He just spit F3 all over you. That was
I know, because I want to fight Titties.
Bro, it's
I'm trying to be a journalist now, and these guys won't take me serious.
Bro, you have power, and we know you're gonna smash Shannon. I just want you to stay focused, and I'm not gonna let you get.
I'm not overlooking Shannon, but I like what he said. I would like for you to come down for sure when I fight titties and help me out.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I want to punish him because he talked so much shit to me and made me look like the bully. When he was heavyweight, I wasn't heavyweight. He started everything, and then he just couldn't back it up when I started calling him titties.
Well, you bullied him on the show, but
he started everything though. Listen, there were guys who were trying to scare me to he got like tattoos on his back, evil tattoos. He used to be a sniper in the military. You know what I'm saying? You should be scared of him.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
honestly, I think the biggest thing, it all goes back to position, man.
I like positions.
What kind?
None of your business. Okay. Hey. Here's another moral question.
Golly, man, you giving me the chills over here. Yeah, come on, what you got?
All right, here's another moral question. Now, if you don't have to answer if you don't like it, and we can edit it out if you don't like it. Now, it's 2024.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing about Transformers fighting in MMA. They've been beating up girls. And now, what if they? Because you're a little bit of dude. That'd be like your weight class.
Yeah.
What if a transformer is a transformer, but they can't fight girls no more? And then would you fight a transformer if you have to?
Like fight a girl?
No, it's a transformer. It's a man. It's a man, but it's a
no man. Like that, I don't like that shit, man. I think that's not cool.
What if one moving up the ranks in the UFC? They had one fight in the UFC.
It's contact, dude. It's not running. It's not.
Yeah,
throwing a ball.
So that's actually a good point. No joking aside, this is actually a normal point. No one's going to get in trouble for talking about this. I know everybody's so iffy about this for no reason.
No, I got no problem with it.
I got no problem with that either. Should a guy who then transformed or whatever the proper term is be able to fight girls?
No. I don't think they should, but say they're not allowed to fight girls anymore, right? Because
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're not allowed to fight. So they're gonna come back and they're gonna have to fight. They're gonna have to come back and fight guys. What if one moves
that's what happens, man. You get bited. Fuck.
And they move up the rank.
Don't even get me started with that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you know what that starts though too, Quentin?
What?
Starts pedophilia, man. Oh yeah, you can go to the women's restroom. Oh yeah, you're good. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. Yeah. Wait till you have kids.
Oh yeah.
Like wait. You're telling me that we don't let some other motherfucker with a fucking 9-inch cock, dude, go in there and fuck you.
Well, you got to measure it first, make sure they don't have a 9-inch before they go to the
Rampage got all excited when you said 9-inch cock.
Why the fuck I get excited about that?
Why do you laugh?
I got my own 9-inch. Why would I get excited about somebody else?
Why you laugh when he said that? You were like this. You never smile. He says 9-inch, you go,
you know the sick part about it? I looked at Rampage in the eyes, that 9-inch cock.
Yeah. I got my own. Why do I care about somebody else?
His is at least 5 inches for sure. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not with that stuff. So I don't know how you feel about it, Rampage, but
listen,
it's good.
Listen, I'm not asking about that part. I'm not asking about that part. I'm asking what if one moves up the rank? Now they're not going to be able to fight the girls anymore. They got to come back and fight in the male division. And what if one moves up the rank and Dana White or whoever like, hey, they try to you gonna turn that fight down?
Well, they have to transform back. I think it has to do with testosterone.
No, they already like got all the surgery and they got it.
I don't know.
Shit, you put that UFC belt, they could all get it.
Equal fight.
That's it.
Let's go.
Hey, the way you talk about fighting, and I know we don't have too much time here because you're getting ready. It's fight week, so we do appreciate you coming during fight week. This is a phenomenal experience for us, and I know Rampage. It's always amazing when we have people here that have had a belt because it's kind of a cool experience for the audience, and I know the audience gets on me when I give them their flowers, but it is an amazing experience to do this during the middle of fight week. Not too many people get that, the behind the scenes. You're so well-versed on the fight game, on the actual mixed martial art game, understanding technique, understanding how to do the media side, understanding how to do the winning side, understanding how to do the talking side, the coaching side. Like you understand all aspects. You're a true martial artist on and off. What is it about Peter Yan's fall from grace? Like, what is it about that knee and everything about that belt and Aljo becoming champion that this guy can just never get his career back on track? I've asked so many people and no one can really give me like a definitive answer of what they think. Because before that, it seemed like he was unbeatable.
Yeah, I wouldn't say unbeatable to that extent. I think a lot of these guys who are really good at one thing, that's all they train is that one thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to go back and talk about Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva was trying to fight like he was 21 years old at age 40-something. I'm like, Anderson, you got to bring more of that guerrilla warfare. You still add some of those things, but you cannot go back and continue to keep being the same fighter. I think with Piotr is like great striker and great, you know, you can even say, you know, semi good defense, but he just never really, especially after what Merab did to him. It's almost like, dude, that was fucking bad, dude. I'm like, damn. And I'm going up against that dude. But I'm prepared. And I think that's the difference. I think the difference is he's too comfortable in where he's at. And that's just the striking department.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you see these guys like coming over to America, working with elite wrestlers on folk style wrestling, not Dagestani, folk style wrestling that understand good top control and getting up from bottom and understanding that wrestling threshold. And that's just it, man. Yeah. Like, yeah, he did get screwed with Alger that first time. Yeah, he did. He didn't lose that fight with O'Malley, but he did lose to Aljamain that second fight. Yeah, and he did get fucked up by Merab. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So when I see things like that, it's almost like, all right, man, there's a hole that people could expose. Yeah, and I think if you're a grappler and you're really good at grappling, and you want to crack into the top 5, I'd ask for Petr Yan.
Were you surprised that Aljamain beat him the second time?
When I rewatched the fight, no.
But the first time, you like, you know, when they announced the fight again, you know they're going to fight again. You thought that he had it over Aljamain?
After I watched the first fight again, I was like, you know what, dude, it wasn't a shutout. Like Aljamain was shooting from afar. It's almost like he had like a brain fart. And I'm just like, no. Watching Aljamain, the way what he did, like he really covered distance on his takedowns this time. He really set things up a little bit different, and then his confidence. And I think once he took the back, and once you saw the deficiency of a guy like Petr, he was like, it was golden. He won that fight. It was close, but he beat him.
You know what? I was really surprised that Aljamain how he lost to Sean O'Malley though. That really, I didn't see them coming like that.
Neither did I, dude. But
you train? He trains out there in AZ. So have you trained with him? Y'all the same weight class. You stay.
No. We're trying to make that fight happen too. Yeah. You know, I win this fight. He wins this fight with O'Malley. Oh, I don't think I'll ever fight Aljo again. I don't think he wants to cut down on 35, anyways. But it'll be a big fight, dude. We both live in Phoenix. It'll be good. Yeah,
you and O'Malley would be an amazing fight.
That'd be an amazing matchup because he's like alone and. Like you like Mike Tyson in there.
I saw you call him out too at the press interview. You were standing on the sidelines. You were doing one of these. You're doing one of these like Dr. Evils. You're scratching your chin, yelling at him from the sidelines. What was all that about? Was that real?
Yeah, that was real.
You don't like him?
That was real. No, I just felt like, you know, I think at that time I was like, no, this dude thinks he's better than what he really is.
You don't think he's that good?
No, he's good. He's a great striker, but same thing. It goes back to what we're talking about Petr Yan. The only problem is Aljamain wasn't able to take him there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that hole is still there. That exposure is still there. It's the same reason why they didn't give Merab that title fight, because the UFC knows that just isn't a good matchup for him. So hey, guess what, dude? I'm gonna go for the number 6 guy, the guy who beat me, and boom, boom, boom. He created a storyline, and now Cheeto's about to become champ.
You think Cheeto's gonna smash him?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Cheeto could just walk him down, bring the fight. Sean gets tired, man. He throws a lot. He's a bit of a risk taker too. He throws a lot. He'll look at the clock. I mean, how many times that we saw him do that against guys that are not that good? I think if Cheeto brings a fight, brings a pressure, and just makes a fight with good defense, I think Cheeto will stop him again.
I don't want to be a shit starter. Wow. I don't want to be a shit starter, but you know, I spend a lot of time out in Arizona. Yeah. Out there with Harrison with the F3 crew, working, and I'd be going out sometimes to the bars and stuff, drinking, and you know, the Triple Champ, man, he's really loved out there. So everybody know him, and when I come around, they say, "Oh yeah, he was just here. We were talking and stuff." And there was a rumor he said something about Sean O'Malley's girlfriend being ugly. I was like, no way, he don't talk like that.
Wow, what did you say about Sean O'Malley's girl?
Somebody, I said, you know what?
Because he has like 5 girls.
I never heard him say anything bad about nobody.
That's crazy. It's good that you stood up for him.
You're a good friend.
For him. Yo, you a good friend, bro. I stood up for him
because people gonna try and start some rumors.
Not me, bro.
Yeah. I know you don't say shit like that.
No, you a good dude for sticking up for him.
I stuck up for him. I'm like, man, listen. First of all,
what'd they say that he said about O'Malley's girl?
Man, Man, they were saying they was in there having drinks and stuff like that, and it was talk about them too, like from AZ, they make AZ proud and stuff like that, and then the one guy was like, yeah, but I didn't know Henry was such an asshole talking about Sean O'Malley's girlfriend and being all ugly, like the guy's champion, he should have a better looking girl. I was like, guess what, man, you stop starting shit.
Yep.
Because Henry does not talk like that.
Yep. That's why this guy, he's a guardian of light, and that's why I love him. He's always there to make sure that rumors get put to bed. Yeah. You know, like he's a good dude. He'll always stick up for you.
I liked him since the first time I met you. Remember, I met you in AZ at that restaurant. I can't remember, and you was nice to me. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, he's a good dude. You know, I was
talking about your girl.
No, he never talked about my girl. Not to my face. But I was always a fan. Yeah, I was always a fan of him. I was always a fan of his accomplishment. But I didn't know him. Like when I don't really unless I meet a person, I don't really root for him like that. I always I just want to see a good fight. But then ever since I met him, I root for him.
I don't even know if you remember this, Quinn. This was back in 2008. With the Sabados in Columbus, Ohio. I think you fought that night. Did you fight that night?
Columbus, Ohio. I did fight. Who?
Yeah, I forget who you fought. I don't know if you were the champion. I think you were the champion at that time. And the Sabados had brought me over, and obviously we were kind of like hanging out with you. I had recently just won the Olympics. Like I was thinking about maybe dabbling into the mixed martial arts game. So that was the first time that I met Quinn.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute. There's probably to me, a kid straight from the purity of the Olympics, I'm just like, man, these motherfuckers they party like rock stars.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I was just with
you
with Chuck.
BJ Penn.
No, yeah.
Oh,
bro, I was just with Chuck.
Wait, you were BJ Penn,
bro. Oh yeah, man, BJ go way back.
What was him and BJ Penn doing?
Dude, they're just they're doing their thing.
Hey, BJ Penn went to a Vietnamese coffee shop with me before.
Man, what'd you guys do?
We drank coffee.
That's it?
Yeah. Hey, I was with Chuck in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Oh, Chuck is
a rock star, bro. We couldn't get into certain places, and Chuck was like, hold my beer. They rolled out the red carpet as soon as Chuck went there and said something. It was hard to get places because it's Super Bowl. They said, like, we can't. One guy said, my boss said, I don't care if God come here right now. Don't let them in. And Chuck went over there and talked to the guy. And he said, okay, guys, go ahead.
God called.
Chuck is the man in
I didn't know you and BJ used to party.
Yeah. Me and BJ, we go way back.
Henry's looking like, yeah. Well, you saw him do some crazy things?
No, we don't do nothing.
Hello.
Hey, I got him, John. I got him for you, John.
Petty. Hey, don't cross him. He is petty.
That works.
Yeah,
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
It makes sense now why you were howling all night. Now we see where the energy comes from.
Hey, my brother right there, he'll tell y'all. I ain't never did no drug besides weed my whole life.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. The last thing I want fucking
no,
it's okay, Henry. Tell us what you really feel about Sean O'Malley's girlfriend.
Man, thank you for coming in here on the show on
Listen,
Fight Week.
Of course.
And stuff, man.
Before we wrap up, I want to kind of touch on two things real quick. One is the whole internet dismissing the fact that if they give you a title shot, you're going to win it and retire. One, because you're that good. Two, they think you'll put the whole division in chaos. What's your response to the internet when they say this?
Stay tuned. I mean, obviously, there's, like I told you guys before, dude, like this is, I'm out to become world champ, dude. If I can't have it all, then I don't want it at all.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So this could be, this could be my last fight.
Oh, wow.
You know, this could be like, I'm out there to chase, I'm out there to be the best in the world, dude. At this point in my career, my life, I love what I'm doing. I love the relationships that I created in business. I love the freedom more than anything, dude. Like I love freedom more than fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I love having that with my kids, with my wife, the ability to be able to travel. But fighting to me is just nothing but strictly business.
Man, but you're a great personality. What would you do? Say you retired after this fight. What would you do? Like
get into stripping or something.
Better be your biggest customer.
Stop it. You crazy. Yeah, stop it. God.
No. Real estate, continue the content. Open up the doors to it. Look, I get the elite. Like I would really like to train. Like I love to train the elite, but in particularly the elite wrestlers, especially the Olympics coming to an end.
Yeah.
And I got guys like Sidakov, who's the Olympic champ, who's already talked about fighting. We've already kind of chatted a little bit. There's Bahrain, multiple time world medalists, like really, really good dudes. Yeah. So I would kind of teach them the way of how is it that you should more likely could get to the promised land, dude. Because a lot of these guys, they go to a big gym, they just compete, they don't learn, and them getting knocking out. Why? It's because they just compete too damn much. You got to slow these dudes down, give them an actual game plan, And if you give them that actual game plan, do they like? I believe with the knowledge that I have, obviously it's up to them. That I could take it super far with them as a counselor, as a teacher. Like I'm not looking to be in the corner unless they really want me to. And there's something huge.
Would you charge for that?
With 2 kids now, yeah.
Stand on business. Hey,
yeah. Now I would. Now I retired 100%.
Yeah. Honest, real question, serious question. I'm 45 now, and I started wrestling when I was 17. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know this about me, but my first year starting, I placed 6th in state in Tennessee. You know, it's not really big there. I had the state champion pinned. I power bombed him just like I did a Ronan, but I modified it to go to my knees first, and I had him pinned. I could have won state. And the referee didn't call it. No one knew who I was. They were like, who is this guy pinning the champion? And they didn't call it. So I ended up losing that match 7-5. But I was losing 7-0. And I ended up losing 5-7. Then I got knocked down to constellations, and I came back in place 6. My first year starting, and then I did freestyle. And I fell in love with freestyle. Did you ever wrestle freestyle?
Oh, of course.
And Greco? Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, like, I'm 45. I got a bum knee, and except for I've been going to BioAccelerator. They've been helping me get my knee back better and stuff. Can you get me to get back to where I can wrestle so I can kick Rashad Evans' ass?
Shit, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. With that BioAccelerator, those stem cells is key. But it's the same thing, Quentin. You have to adjust, man. You got to bring that guerrilla war. You got to bring that experience. You got to bring a little bit of that tactical malice.
But it's going to be a wrestler. I want to fight him boxing because I think he's going to out wrestle me because I'm not that.
You're talking about titties?
No. Rashad, I'm coming back. I'm coming back for my grudge matches at the end of my career. I got titties first. Then I want Rashad. I want to fight Rashad boxing or I want a rematch because I really wanted to beat him.
Yeah, I mean,
you think you can get me back wrestling and where I can like take him down and defend his takedown? You
come to the Triple C. Rashad's my boy too.
Have you trained with him?
I've spoken to Rashad. I've spoken to Rashad about a little bit of like game planning. And
what if I
like
give
that.
you 10% of my purse?
You got a deal.
Standing on business. Fuck Rashad.
Okay. What? Listen, you are one of a kind. That's why the world loves you. There will never ever be another Rampage Jackson.
Oh, hell no.
Listen, before we leave, we're wrapping up. We got the triple champ over here. UFC 300. Should Bilal get the title fight against Leon Edwards?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's earned it.
Yeah.
I think he's earned it. I think Rashad, he got me stuck on Rashad, dude. Bilal has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And he's a freestyle fighter. And I tell people all the time, people think I'm crazy. He's stylistically, he's the closest thing to Khabib now. He takes the same shot. They'll kind of like run and shoot. They'll do certain things like that.
Yeah.
So I think Rashad is. I think Bilal has earned his spot 100%.
Hey,
that's how I look at it.
My brain is turning because I want to kick Rashad's ass. Glover Teixeira. Shogun.
Oh, you want a whole tour?
I want everybody that beat me. I want to come back. I need somebody like this. Yeah, somebody like this. Now I got BioAccelerator, and I give him 10% of my purse every time. I'm fighting for millions.
If he comes back, we're hiring you. We need you.
Bro, I'm fighting for millions.
Yeah, hey, we're hiring him for the camp.
I'm be out there fighting Qatar. I'm fighting for millions.
I'm doing a whole documentary on his Qatar fight with Shannon Briggs. Yeah, I'm doing a 5-part documentary series here. We're going to fly in all the fighters to talk about him and the UFC and mixed martial arts and boxing and the glory days and what we have today and all the stories. It's going to be a full behind the scenes for the Jackson community. We're not going to charge for it.
Everybody that kicked my ass, you better be shaking in your boots. You better be shaking in your boots. Either boxing or MMA. I'm coming back. I'm coming back for what's mine.
Listen, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it. We believe in you.
You believe in me now?
We believe in you.
All right. Because he came on here. And
he's howling louder than you. That's a problem. That's how I know I got it.
I've been raging and with...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've been raising with
Chuck. He's been raging in Chuck. That's what they do in Vegas. That's why he didn't answer his phone for 3 days.
I've been raging with Chuck Liddell in Vegas for 4 days.
Either raging in Chuck or thinking of raising canes. You see what I'm saying? Listen, hey, we have the champ here. He's fighting this week in Anaheim. He blessed us. He came through the studio. Listen, Jackson Podcast community, we're growing fast and we appreciate you. I just want to make it very clear. We do not do this show to cause issues, to cause controversies. We do this show to give back to the MMA community, the combat sports community, action sports community. We do this because we love it. I love it. That's why we put this whole thing together. That's why Rampage is here with me every day. That's why we have some of the best guests in the world coming on this show, flying into Newport Beach here at the Jackson House. And we're doing it for you guys. So keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep sharing. And we just really hope you guys appreciate it. And we can't say thank you enough to the champ. Jackson Podcast, we out.
Was that disclosure? Was that for Ian Gary, though? Why you said it like that? Like we don't cause problems. Was that for Ian Gary?